Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast. I'm Joe Calabro, and joining me in living color, he's actually here.
We're together.
Is other Golf News RI co-founder Rich Capali. Rich, how you doing today, buddy boy? Good to see you in person.
Yeah, absolutely. Great weekend. Coming off a Super Bowl weekend, got myself a little money. TB got his 7th Super Bowl. We got a little bit of Pebble Beach this weekend, which is always good. Bunch of celebrities. My favorite being Larry Fitzgerald. He always plays in, and Alfonso Ribeiro. And it's Daytona weekend, which I'm a NASCAR nerd, so this is a big weekend for me after the Super Bowl.
Awesome. So lots going on, and you have some bets in on Pebble Beach. I'm sure you have some bets in on NASCAR. We can get to some of that stuff a little bit later in the show as well. As again, it is February, so for a few minutes anyway, we'll jump into some other stuff. Thanks to the early bird watchers, Tina Signori and Joel Bassett. Hope everyone is doing great. Again, hope everyone's having a great Thursday night. It's been a good week for Golf News RI, and I just want to thank everybody. We are now at 100 Instagram followers. Oof. So yeah,
rookies.
Pretty good for an Instagram rookie. He has no idea what he's doing, but I'm learning slowly. So thanks to everybody for following along. We'll try to do a better job with content in the coming months once the season begins and everything else. So we have some thoughts and ideas all lined up for that. So the biggest news, and I didn't have my notes lined up correctly. The biggest news of the week came when I discovered that the Aquidneck Club was named one of the top 200 residential golf courses in the U.S. for 2021. Mario is already commenting, we're on our mask. I have mine in my pocket, actually. And so that was a big news for them, and they actually shared our post, which made it even go bigger. So the Aquidneck Club, for those that don't know, is formerly Carnegie Abbey. And so that was a big thing for them. They're tied for 136th with Virginia's Ballyhack. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Aquidneck Club was the only Rhode Island golf course to make the list out of, again, 200. There was Massachusetts course in there as well. So big news for them. Have you ever played the Carnegie Abbey? Or
no, my brother-in-law's played there a couple times, and I had a couple of our members from Kings Crossing that played the new Aquidneck Club this year, and they said it was everything that they said it was in the Golf Digest. If for those who don't know, the Aquidneck Club is a typical OG I'm trying to think of an OG country club. They even have boats. They got tennis. They got sailing. They got everything there, and not to mention top-notch golf. So if you ever know anybody that is a member there or can get you on there, absolutely take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice. And our friend Eddie Kirby is actually the pro there, the former Alpine pro. So he's obviously doing a great job over there. I actually got to play Carnegie Abbey once a few years ago as part of the Jeffrey Osborne Celebrity Golf Classic. So that was the one time I got to play it. We didn't win. I played with one of the anchors from ESPN, but I got to meet like Magic Johnson and obviously Jeffrey Osborne himself. And
he puts together good events. So
that was actually a lot of fun. And I'm sure I've told you this story, but the coolest part was, I don't know if it still is, was that we got like a $400 gift certificate to use in the pro shop.
That's right. Yeah. And they had a bunch of Tiger stuff.
The pro shop was all Nike, because at the time, I think Nike was still making product. Might have even still making products, balls and stuff. At that time, they were a Nike club, a Nike. The pro was Nike, whoever it was at the time.
Yeah.
And so I walked into the pro shop with a $400 gift certificate, and I didn't know what to spend it on. I mean, $400.
Yeah. It's like an exorbitant amount of money.
So I ended up buying all kinds of Nike stuff and Tiger Woods shirts and everything. So that was my memory of Carnegie Abbey. That was a couple of years ago, at least, during the Jeffrey Osborne Classic. So that was a lot of fun. And I have a picture on my wall at my parents' house of us. I play with Ed Brady,
Mhm.
who's now running for
Lieutenant Governor, hopefully Ed Brady.
I play with the now retired athletic director from Brown University. I can't think of his name. And I play with the former coach Bryant. So we had a good group. It was kind of fun. Anyway, so Mario's already commenting. You can't play there unless your family came over on the Mayflower.
Yeah, it's Uber private. So
I'm sure Big Joe plays there every summer. He used to play at Carnegie Abbey at least a few times this summer. My dad used to have clients there. I don't know if he's played there since. He might have. Who knows? He'll find some member guest to get himself in.
Of course, he always does.
So that was the big story of the week, and thanks to the Quidditch Club for actually sharing our post about it. And to be clear, Golf Week actually did the rankings. It wasn't our boy Iman, but it was one of his contributors. So that was a pretty big deal. So that was the biggest news, and the other big news that we had this week. I've been tracking the PGA Tour University rankings for college golf, and former amateur champion Davis Chatfield, he moved up 30 spots this week. He's now 266 out of nearly 500 players that are ranked.
He's almost half. That's great.
So obviously he's down the list. 266 is down the list, but it seems like he moves up pretty fast. You can move up pretty fast in these things.
5 points back and moving up another 5 spots. That's great. That's so awesome.
So we'll be tracking that. Christopher Encore from URI is also on the list, but URI hasn't played yet this season. So once URI starts playing, he's their best player. And so once URI starts playing, maybe he'll start moving up as well. But Davis Chatfield moving up the list. And for those that are wondering, the University of Notre Dame is back in action on March 8th and 9th at the Michigan State Invitational. And while we're on the topic of college golf, our guy Patrick Welch and the University of Oklahoma are returning to action on Monday. So something to watch. Excuse me. Something to watch over there as well as the college golf season is picking up. So that's some of the local stuff. One of the coolest things we did this past weekend that we did was covering the snow golf event at King's Crossing. Our friend Peter Walsh sent us a lot of cool pictures, some crazy things, but it seemed like it was a big success.
Yeah, from the pictures. Yeah, I talked to Peter a little bit about it, and he said that what made it even cooler was that it was actually snowing towards like hole 3 or 4. I think they started at like 9 or 10 o'clock. So by like 2, 3, or 4, the snow started coming down pretty decent. And they said it made it all that much better. I love golf. I am an avid. I'm pretty much addicted to golf, but you won't catch me dead outside in the winter for playing golf. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. So
now, could you have chipped it to the uprights? Did you see that?
Dude, I don't even know if I could do that with grass. I mean, I don't even know.
That was pretty.
Yeah, I would have loved to try. Hopefully, maybe they'll leave it up when actually the snow's never going to go away. So at this point, so I'd like to say that I could have tried, but who knows?
So that was a cool thing that we did over the weekend that we covered, and got us some quick page views on Sunday. We did a slideshow and everything, so that was really cool. Jeff Agonia, hello, thanks for watching. Hope all is well, and again, thanks to everybody for tuning in as people start to file in here midway through the show. These are people that are also late for their tea time, so it's not surprising that they're late for the show.
No, of course, yeah.
So there is that. Again, we want to, we talked about this last week. It's on our website. We are promoting the book, The Open Question, from Boston sports writer Peter May. It goes on sale May 12th, but you can pre-order now on Amazon. And as I mentioned, and we're not going to spend tons of time on this tonight because I talked about last week and everything, but we're trying to promote his book and get some pre-sales going. So click over through our website to Amazon and pre-order the book now. Again, it comes out May 12th. We're going to do all kinds of events, hopefully, if COVID permits, and different content related to the book and that time period regarding Ben Hogan. So we're going to continue to do that, and that'll be starting in about like a month or so once we get a little bit closer. How about my friend Brooks rounding into form in time for the Masters? Yeah, we'll get to some
Mario,
of the PGA Tour
I don't
stuff.
even want to hear about the Masters right now. It snowed like 3 out of the last 7 days. I don't want to hear about the Masters, and I'm getting pissed off when I'm watching ESPN and
CBS.
CBS, and I'm watching college basketball or whatever the hell I'm watching, and I'm seeing the azaleas and the music coming up, and there's like 2 feet of snow outside. It's so depressing.
But yes, we'll get into some PGA Tour stuff with obviously Pebble Beach going on. I think that we said, did we say the round is over?
The round's over, yeah.
Round's over today. And
Almost shorts weather.
Almost shorts weather. Mario is very active today. He must be.
Love it. He's been on since the minute we started. It's great.
So that stuff is what we have going on. Some quick news items, which is pretty cool. Agawam Hunt is offering ice skating lessons on Saturday, as we reported a few weeks ago, whatever it was. They have an ice rink now in the back of their clubhouse, so that's pretty good. And I'm sure something that will piss everybody off, and I assume everyone's going to be pissed off, was that
I knew this one was coming.
The Fax and Android charities have raised over $304,000 for children in 2021 so far. They've raised $7.5 million since in the 30 years they've been around. So congratulations to them, but I'm sure everyone's going to be pissed off because it's Brad Faxon, but that's okay. It's news, and that's our job.
Have to get it out of the way.
My dad wants to know what course are you
the Aquidnet Club, the old Portsmouth Abbey. Carnegie Abbey, sorry.
It might have been Portsmouth Abbey at one point. I don't know.
I think it was like Portsmouth, Carnegie, all that shit.
So that is kind of the things that we have going on. I know you want to get to the PGA store, PGA Tour stuff.
I'd like to get to the PGA store.
Yeah, well, maybe one day. And so we'll get into that. But another big story that we had earlier this week, and I was curious to get your thoughts on this. We haven't really talked about it, but what did you think of the PGA of America allowing rangefinders in their majors? People, I got some vicious responses on my own personal Facebook page. I don't know why, but it was kind of a weird, interesting decision.
I don't know. Like I'm more leaning towards the no part of it, just because these caddies are so good. Like I listen to other golf podcasts, and they have professional caddies on. But I can't remember who it was, but they've had numerous caddies on, and they actually go into detail on what they actually do. They actually walk the course. Right. And they walk the greens, and they even like take their shoes off to see what undulations on the greens are and where the holes are going to be placed and stuff like that. So I feel like the caddies are like already sort of a rangefinder almost. Now you're giving these guys actual rangefinders that they can actually dial to their clubs to the probably foot, 2 feet maybe. Yeah, I mean these PGA events are going to be like shooting galleries now. So I'm not for it at all. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it was an interesting decision. The PGA of America did put a statement out on it. Jim Richardson, the president of the PGA of America, says, we're always interested in methods that may help improve the flow of play during our championships. The use of distance measuring devices is already common within the game and is now part of the rules of golf. Players and caddies have long used them during practice rounds. Yeah. Keyword is practice rounds.
Yeah.
To gather relevant yardages. What do you think? Because I was thinking, what does this mean for caddies? I mean, is this next thing you know, they're going to be driving carts around? And this,
you almost got to think, right? It's like, why have a yardage book now? I mean, you can seriously, like, why pay a caddy 5% or 10% of your winnings for the week when you can just buy a $500 rangefinder and just be done with it in one shot rather than paying him week by week at this point? I mean, obviously the pros won't do that because they value their caddies, but what's to say these lower level guys like ranked probably like 80, 90, 100, 120th. Well, they might get rid of caddies altogether. You know what I mean? It's in their best interest. They're not making as much money as the guys inside the top 50. So who knows?
Yeah, it was interesting. Some of the players, I didn't do a story on it, but some of the players responded to it, and they don't think it's going to speed up play. Like Mario says, it was speed up play.
That would be one plus, but I don't.
He said they said they don't think it's going to speed up play because they're going to check their rangefinder. They said they're still going to go to their yardage.
They're going to look at the yardage book
because they're not going to trust the technology. Plus, with the rangefinder, you could accidentally get a tree.
I've done it all the time. You've used mine before. It's crazy.
You hit a tree.
You hit a tree behind the green. It's 350 instead of 270. It's like
you get screw yardages out of it.
And then you run into the problem of are you allowed to use rangefinders with slope? or are you just are you allowed to use regular rangefinders?
Yep.
Like the slope actually tells the the balance of the green and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think they opened up a can of worms with this.
It'd be interesting again. That's debuting in 2021. Mario has a funny comment. Matt Kuchar is gonna love it. He can really lowball his caddy. Now, obviously, people, if you're familiar with the story, Matt Kuchar basically ripped off his. What was that? A year ago? 2 years
It
ago?
was 2 years ago.
It seems like.
I think it
a
was
while
2 years ago. Yeah, ripped his caddy off.
Ripped his caddy off during a tournament. He supposedly ended up paying him back, or there was some bizarre situation with the whole thing. But that's what Mario's referring to there, so that's funny. Dad, thanks for watching. Bridget, thanks for watching. Hope everyone again is having a great Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, and then a fun weekend of events for at least for me, because I get the old double whammy. But anyways, more on that later. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Again, that's debuting at the 2021 PGA Championship. I think that's the first one, and then obviously the Women's PGA Championship and the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out, and if it's successful, is that something that the PGA Tour is going to look at? If you do, I mean, this is going to. I mean, like you said, they opened up a whole can of worms.
Slope, no slope. Like, what kind of
good.
rangefinders can you use? Can
Right.
you use laser? Can you use like Golf Buddies, where it's like an actual GPS, or can you actually laze it? I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting. It was a surprise move. A lot of people were. I mean, I read some of the experts, quote unquote, on Twitter that day just to get a feel for the reaction, and people were kind of shocked. It feels like it came out of nowhere. So
a few of the podcasts I listened to, they had heated discussions between themselves, like the co-hosts, of like, well, it's okay here, but it's not okay here, and then the whole debate on what kind you can use. It was a nightmare. So I think that's how it's going to go come PGA Championship season. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Are players going to get flack for using it when some players think it's bullshit and they're not going to? It's just, it's so bad. It's going to be really bad.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a great move. Again, I was surprised. I just like everybody else was surprised by it, but I guess we'll see what it looks like. I mean, these guys are going to be using it from 10 feet in front of the green.
That's my whole thing. Like, so when you come down,
these guys can use it every day.
That's what I'm saying. So when you come down to the end of the year and you got a guy like Mario's boy Brooks or DJ or JT or anything like that, you guys got solid guys in the top. They're solidified in the top like 30. They're going to the playoffs. They're going to make every single round. Then you got guys who are sitting on the outside towards the end of the season at like 100 or like 90 or 80 that are going to feverishly use this to get an advantage on the guys that are already locked in. So it's just, I think it's just going to be one giant mess. I mean, it's just, I don't think it's going to be good for the brand, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't completely disagree. It'll be interesting to see. I'm sure there'll be more on this, and what more players will react. But it'll be interesting to see.
I'm waiting for the first PGA guy to react.
Well, some of them have responded. I didn't do an article on it, but some of them have been asked about it in their press conferences, and I was reading through some of the transcripts the other day.
Once it gets closer to the PGA, the major, once it becomes major season, then you'll really start to hear about it now.
And when is that again? When is the PGA? Do you know, fans?
Go ahead, talk.
It's the Masters. Then they moved it, right? They moved it to May, right?
The Players is in March.
Masters in
April. PGA's in May.
Yeah.
Opens in June or July.
U.S. Opens in June.
U.S. Opens in June. The Opens in July.
Yeah. So that's when it is. So yes, that'll be interesting, and I'm interested to see what it looks like.
May. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hopefully we'll be able to attend that this year.
Is that nearby?
Kiawah, South Carolina. Yeah.
Yes. Well, just add it to the list of
potential
events.
Potential. We had a lot of big plans last year that got screwed over. So
just add that to the list of events that we have going on this year, because there's no shortage. So anyway, that was the big story regarding professional golf. This week, it came out earlier this week, and then that brings us to the PGA Tour. They're obviously at Pebble Beach this week. Brooks Koepka won last week.
My boy, Hunter Mahan.
Brooks Koepka won last week, as Mario mentioned, with that incredible chip in And Jordan Spieth and Xander Schauffele both took pants crapping pills.
Oh my God! Right off the rip, man, they couldn't do anything. It was crazy.
But Spieth is back in contention this week, and so we'll get into some PGA Tour stuff as well. Do you want to just do a quick? I have some notables listed here, but
yeah, go ahead. You go first. All right.
Go.
So I got the leaderboard up here right now. Patrick Cantlay, he played the Pebble Beach course. He is sitting at 10 under. He's got a 2-shot lead over. I can't even pronounce his name. Bahadia.
Yeah.
Bahadia.
SK Bahadia.
Yeah.
That guy hit every green.
He did. Yeah, I think he was 18 out of 18, right?
He was the first player ever at Pebble Beach to hit every green.
So I took Patrick Cantlay in a threesome bet. Get your mind out of the gutter. In a threesome bet for the round today. I'm pretty sure I won that bet because he's 10 under. So and then I had Patrick on a double down. I had Patrick Cantlay and Jason Day for the outright winner.
And then you had Dahmer for something.
Damon, yeah. Damon, yeah. I had Damon as the outright winner for that threesome. Anyways, we got Norlander at 8 under. Joey's boy Jordan Spieth sitting at 7 under with Nate Lashley. These guys all played the Pebble Beach course, by the way. If you didn't know, they're splitting the courses because of the sheer amount of players that they have. They're playing Spyglass and Pebble. Mm-hmm. So what else we got? We got Russell Knox at 6 under. Cameron Shingale at 5 under. Hunter Mahan at 5 under, which is what Joe's going to get to in a minute. Vaughn Taylor, 5 under. Daniel Berger, 5 under.
Not a ton of notable names.
Not really. Duffner at 4 under. I mean, he's another one that's going down. Like we haven't really seen him at all. Yeah. Doug Gim at 3 under. He's going to be sneaky. He's good. Francesco Molinari at 3 under. Harold Varner, Peter Uihlein, Joey's boy Peter Uihlein at 3 under. We got a bunch of guys tied at 3 under. I'm not even going to get into that. Let me go down a little bit. That's pretty much it. Johnny Vegas is even. That's
our main man Ricky Fowler is even.
Ricky Fowler is even. Yep, right here.
Philip is plus 2.
And you said Phil's plus 2. Rafa Cabrera Bleo's plus 1.
Yeah.
So that's about. I'm going to let Joe take over. I'm going to scroll through the rest of the leaderboard.
Mario says he doesn't like split courses. Too many variables. I kind of agree.
I agree. 110%, Mario. Absolutely.
And I don't even like last week.
I think they're both pretty equal. Except for like the ocean on Pebble, on actual Pebble. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, Spyglass is just as tough, but you don't have that ocean variable. You know what I mean? But
I do agree. I don't even like when they do the split courses at the Torrey Pines event, the Farmers Insurance. That kind of thing too.
Yeah, Bill Murray 36 over. Yeah. Mario said, "Oh boy,
he played in that. He played yesterday, Wednesday, in that charity thing."
Yeah. Jeez,
but there's no amateurs this week. But they did a charity thing that he played in.
Oh, okay.
I was televised. But you were driving until 9:30 at night. So, anyways,
so a rough one.
So how about our boy Hunter Mahan? Where the hell did he come from? Did he
I told you that on the show last week. I think he pulled out. What did he? He had a great shot. I was so excited when I actually saw him hold this out live last week at the Farmers at Torrey, and it was like 60-yard shot, right?
Yeah.
And just jarred it. One hop jarred it. I was like, oh my God, he's going to do it. And then he just completely craps the bed.
Believe it or not, the Farmers was 2 weeks ago. Last week was Phoenix. But
Jesus.
I know what you mean.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago at Torrey.
By the way, can we talk about Jordan Spieth's hole out today? Was that ridiculous or what?
My only thing is that we can pin. We're going to have We're going to get to this in a minute, but we're going to have pants crappers of the week for last week because Schauffele and Spieth could not get their asses off the ground. Starting at hole 1, bogey, par, like they were crapping their pants incredibly. I could not believe it. And then Mario's man Brooks comes out of the clouds and just dominates that last that chip over the sprinkler heads on 17. Yeah, fantastic. And then he had an eagle putt on 18. He could have won the thing by three strokes. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. Absolutely nuts.
It was pretty good. I think he was 5 under through his final 6 holes or something.
Yeah.
I wrote
it
in the article, whatever it was. But yeah,
And you can take advantage. And if you can hit the ball long, you take
Mhm.
advantage of that course. I mean, obviously, I've never been there, but that's a long hitter's course, man. It's really good.
Steve, thanks for watching. Corey Martone, thanks for watching. Hope everyone's doing well as we're just rolling through another episode of the Golf Dudes podcast here, middle of February and we're about a month away for hopefully until the golf season, or as I like to term it, our golf preseason begins in March. So we'll see about that. Do you want to get to the Pants Crappers of the week?
Sure.
All right, so we already talked about it a little bit. Pants Crappers, the official Pants Crappers from last week, clearly go to Jordan Spieth
150%.
and
Absolutely.
Xander Schauffele. To be fair, Schauffele was actually in it until what? He put his ball in the water on 17.
On 17.
That basically took him
17. Yeah.
The short par 4.
I mean, none of those guys at the top could get their ball to roll. They could not make putts. It was insane. My whole thing now, I'm taking a little bit of this insight from other golf podcasts that I listen to. Shout out to the Foreplay guys. Jordan had such a good round Thursday, Friday, and especially Saturday. He was given the shooter guns.
Yeah.
And like they said on the Foreplay podcast, like, what are you doing? Like, bro, you haven't been relevant in like 4 years. You haven't had a win in 4 years. Like, what is going on? Now, I get the whole thing. He's excited. He's playing well.
Yeah.
You know, that it's like, oh, just tone it down a little bit and don't get so cocky. Maybe we could have made a move on Sunday because I like Jordan Spieth. I love Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping he can maintain another top 5 finish this week. I'm not going to say he's going to win it, but hopefully another top 5 this week and just maintain some points to get him on the green side. You know what I mean? Of the number, so.
Yeah, it should be fun to watch this week. I like Jordan Spieth. I met him at Brown University
I like Jordan
a bunch of years ago. Mario says that he needs a psychiatrist.
Oh,
I don't know.
You're not, dude. He
that
talks to
anymore.
himself so bad.
Yeah.
While as soon as his club makes contact with the ball, it's like starts talking. Oh,
Yeah.
Michael, where's this one going? Like, what are you doing, dude? Come on.
It's just like us.
Oh, seriously? Yeah.
He's
No.
Mario, the funny thing is, most of these guys probably have sports psychiatrists, so you're not really that far off.
Like Roy McAvoy.
You're not really that far off.
Yeah,
and he probably has one for all I know. But
he almost has to, right?
Yeah. So should be interesting to see what he does this week.
Oh, speaking of Jordan Spieth, let me cut you off real quick. Let's talk a little bit about how we might actually be able to go to Connecticut this year.
Yes, the potential
one of your
fans,
stories that you put up this week.
Yep, they're hoping for limited fans at the Travelers Championship this year. So
I've always wanted to go to that course. It's so majestic on TV. I love that course.
We'll keep an eye on that. DJ Justin Johnson is committed to play.
I'm assuming Jordan's gonna play.
I would think so. So yeah. We'll keep an eye on that. Again, we have a lot of things going on over the summer. There's no shortage of events that we want to go to, cover.
So much stuff.
Whatever, play in, whatever it is.
Hopefully my boss is watching, so this is a precursor to what's going to come this summer.
Yes, but Travelers is hoping for, I don't think they've an official announcement yet, but they're hoping for limited fans. No fans this week at Pebble, right? No fans this week.
No, it's California.
That's true.
It's California. There's going to be nothing. There's going to be nothing for a while over there.
You raise a valid point.
Yeah.
And so all that is going on. Okay, so we did the last week's Pants Crappers pretty easy. Who is your projected Pants Crapper for this week? Who do you think Patrick Cantlay is the betting favorite now? Dustin Johnson withdrew.
He was. Yeah, after DJ withdrew from his
betting favorite.
Pretty much. First off, let's talk about Pants Crapper on the other side of the world. Tony Finau.
Well,
Saudi Arabia. He had a 2-shot lead going into.
I don't think he had the lead. Did he?
No, he did. He did.
I didn't say that.
He had a 1-shot lead going into like hole 14 at the Saudi Arabia International, whatever it is. Yeah. And I think he went bogey double in his last 4 holes, and DJ won it.
Yep.
This dude has made so much money outside the winner's circle. It's insane. I don't know how he, speaking of psychiatrists, I don't know how he keeps it together because he's so good. He just can't close.
Yep.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's a great golfer. He just can't close. And I just don't understand. That's got to be driving him insane. Like I don't think he can take another like top 2 or 3 or 4. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
So I did a study analysis of him a couple weeks ago for some other tournament that he was in, that he was leading in, and talked about his numbers and his stats in different rounds. It's pretty fascinating. The numbers part. No, I'm not saying my article is fascinating. I'm saying that the numbers are fascinating. What do you think is wrong with him? Do you think he'll ever? I mean, do you think
he's only won one?
He won once.
Twice.
I think once
or twice, whatever
like
it is.
3 years
I'm
ago.
pretty sure it's once. I just
one
don't.
of these guys that just needs like a lucky break. He just needs something like screw to happen.
Maybe he just can't make putts. He can't make putts on Saturday and Sunday. Mainly Sunday.
Right.
He's right there. He just can't make the closing putts. You know, he's coming down the stretch. He's got like 12, 13, 14. You know, he just can't make the putts. He's making pars instead of birdies or bogeys instead of pars. And these guys are coming from behind and they're overtaking him, which is exactly what DJ did on the last 5 holes on Sunday. Well, Saturday night into Sunday morning.
So as a degenerate gambler, you would advise that if Tony Finau is winning any tournament by any number of strokes to bet against him.
Not even bet against him. Actually, bet him top 10 all day. If your betting apps allow it, coming from a degenerate gambler, bet him top 10 all day. You are going to come out. The golf odds are always plus because it's a single sport. If Tony Finau's in the field, bet him at least top 15, if not top 10. For everything. Market.
You heard it here first.
I'm telling you, man, he's finished what? I think he has like 20 finishes in his career inside the top 5. Mm-hmm. And the rest are inside the top 10 or 15. So that guy's head has to be spinning as far as like his mind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Caitlin Allen, thanks for watching. It's Caitlin's birthday on Saturday.
Happy birthday, Caitlin. So, I probably won't be able to see you on your birthday, but happy birthday.
You never know. Never say that.
Never say true.
So happy birthday, early birthday, and hope all is well. And you know who's not a pants crapper is Derek Audette.
Oh, Big D, what up?
And he's also watching. So thanks.
Much appreciated, Derek.
That was a great transition. If I
Absolutely.
say so myself.
Great slide.
So there's that PGA Tour this week at Pebble Beach. We'll have a story on the winner on Sunday night and see who it is. That's how I'll be spending my Valentine's Day. I know you're watching the Daytona 500.
I'm taking my girlfriend to my buddy's house to watch the Daytona 500. That's dedication. Let's go.
All right. So we just talked about Tony Finau, but for the Pebble Beach tournament, who's your projected pants crapper? Who would you say?
I mean, you really can't call Phil a pants crapper because he's already over par.
And Ricky's
hovering over even.
He was 2 under after 2, and he's even par now.
Oh man, I don't know. Like we said, we have a lot of the oddballs this week.
It's a weird field.
It's a weird field. We got a bunch of top 30 guys. I mean, you really can't even go.
A sock bit. But
I mean, I don't even know anything about him, so I don't want to crap on him, though. You know what I mean? Like
ask Kay Bahasha. He had 18 greens in regulation today. There's no way in hell that's
my heart says Spieth again, but I don't want him to, so I'm not gonna pick him.
Nope. Ask Kay Bahasha. He's the pants crap of the week. No offense.
Hey, you know what?
No chance of him hitting 18 greens again. It's not gonna happen. Hunter Mahan.
There you go. He's 5 under.
Yeah.
He's 5 back. There's my pants crapper of the week right there. Hunter Mahan not lock it in.
So that's what we have for the PGA Tour this week. It should be interesting. And the problem is there's no fans, so no one's gonna crap their pants.
No,
there's no pressure.
It's crazy. Well, I actually, if anybody's interested, I actually got a tidbit of information on the Twitter sphere. From Only in Boston. It's only in Boss. That's their Twitter handle. That Boston is going to have potentially have fans coming March at a social like the Garden and stuff like that for the Bruins and stuff like that at a 40% capacity, socially distanced like thing, and the only requirement is you have to have a negative test. So that's
Seems like a lot to go through just to go.
that's and pay $150 for a ticket. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and watch it with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
New
New
York City just opened up.
That's
Or is
they're
opening up
they're
there again.
piggybacking that
February
off of De Blasio.
That's
So
like 10% capacity.
yeah, no,
You have to-
I don't think it's 40. I think it's less than that. But anyway, so anything
in
New York does, we do. So it's hopeful there's a percentage of fans going to be in the stands for March. That's what they're thinking.
So there you go. We have Rich Capaldi breaking news over there.
Not really breaking, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean the absolute diehards are going to go, but I mean, if you got to go get a test, you got to then pay $100.
You got to pray that's negative.
Pray that it's negative. I mean, I'm not taking a test, so it's whatever. I'm not putting my business out in the government any more than it has to be. But it seems like a lot of work. I mean,
Just to
go see a game, and then it's $150 ticket. Then it's another $100 to eat and drink. I mean, especially with the way me and you go out. I mean, it's
Plus,
another
don't forget
200 parking, train, bus, whatever your transportation is. It's just I don't know. I mean, it for me, it's going to be probably another year before I go to a sporting event that's not business related, meaning golf. So
Mario says, "Got to stay off the grid."
Mario, there we go. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need my name out there any more than it has to be.
That's what we have going on. A few minutes left, so let's quickly get into some other stuff. Do you have any leftover Tom Brady thoughts? Did you see him drunk walking off the field today? Or was that like disgraceful?
And then he did the little 2 thing to Winfield. Did you see that? Did you see that video? He did it again because Tyreek Hill did it to him in the thing. Jealousy doesn't even begin to describe it. Like our parades are duck boats and like Canada Goose jackets.
Yeah.
Him, bathing suits and t-shirts on the back of his $2 million yacht. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Jumping in the river, how about that video of him tossing the trophy between boats?
I was hoping that he dropped it.
Oh, imagine that.
Imagine
that. Like, it was a good, 25 feet? At least. Between the boats? Like, come on, man. And I also heard that somebody, I'm not sure who it was, dropped Godwin's phone into the river.
Really?
That was like a Twitter sphere, like a Twitter thing, Twitter machine type of thing.
It would cost nothing to get another one.
I'm very surprised that Gronk didn't end up in the river or naked or anything like that, anything crazy like that. Although Brady did have to get carried out after was that after he left the boat, or was that after the after party? Whatever it was, he had 2 guys. I mean, Brady, he's not tiny.
Yeah.
He had 2 massive dudes on either shoulder carrying, like, making sure he didn't fall out when he got off the boat. It was fantastic.
But one of them was like the 3rd string backup.
Yeah.
One of the guys.
Yeah. I was like, holy crap. It's good to see him get after it. I'm happy for him. Jealousy runs deep, obviously, us being Pats fans, but it is what it is. I'm actually happy of the ass thrashing that they gave Kansas City, even though it wasn't a great game.
It was terrible.
It was pretty bad. I won some money, so it was a great game. So
that counts as
although the actual game wasn't great, but it is what it is.
Now you're big into Daytona 500.
Absolutely.
Now, do you want to give us a Daytona 500 minute? I know nothing about racing.
I don't know if anybody likes it, but
I watch for the crashes.
We'll throw a little bit of numbers out there. We got it right here. So Denny Hamlin. I'm sure all you guys know about the he's on commercials and stuff like that.
Yep.
Drives the FedEx 11. Yeah. Races for Joe Gibbs Racing. He is the favorite at plus 850, and then Chase Elliott, who won the Cup Series last year, is a favorite at plus 1,000. Now, here's a little tip on betting NASCAR. If you ever want to bet NASCAR, it's a single sport, so it's like golf. It's the odds are very high. Unlike team sports, you bet like they're like minus 110 or plus 150. These odds are very high. They're in the thousands or the low like 900s, 800s. But you're risking all your money on one guy through a 60 person field, as is golf. So my favorite to win, I mean, I'm a big Brad Keselowski guy. He's plus 1,200. I'm going to have to go. My favorite's Joey Logano at plus 1,100. Drives for Penske with my boy Brad. But without getting into details and everything like that, those are my picks. I know a lot of people don't know a lot about NASCAR, but that's my pick is Joey Logano.
Mario is betting on the retired guys.
Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon. How about Clint Boyer too and Jeff Gordon?
He also added Tony Stewart.
Oh, Tony Stewart, yeah, likes to have his girlfriend kill people. Absolutely.
So there you go. Even the Daytona minute.
Even if you're not a huge NASCAR fan, it's the biggest race of the year. It's opposite of football. The biggest race of the year is at the beginning of the year. It's a great day. I go to my buddy's house. We smoke some meat, drink some beers. Stop talking dirty. I know what you're thinking.
I don't know who
Put meat in the smoker. But yeah, it's a good day. Hopefully the weather will be nice. They're calling for like 40% snow. What else is new? Whatever. But yeah, Daytona is always a great day for me.
So there's your Daytona 500 thought on the golf dudes. Again,
on the golf dudes.
It is February, so
there's not much going on.
We try to take a few minutes and talk about some other things because, like Rich said, there's not a ton.
What is your thought on Brady winning another one?
I was happy. I was rooting for him.
Yeah, so was I.
I was. Caitlin was rooting for Patrick Mahomes.
No, I'm sure she had her jersey on sitting in the house.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It ended up being a very successful night.
I sent a couple text messages to see how she was.
But so I was happy to see him win. It was a terrible game, which I was really hoping that I was going to be.
We were talking about that before.
That was the biggest.
Please don't be a blowout.
That was the biggest thing. Ended up being a terrible game. The Kansas City Chiefs made some weird decisions, like calling timeout and the 2-minute warning.
So weird.
That was
just such a weird game.
The refereeing I thought was terrible at the beginning, in the first half.
I mean, that was an interception all day.
Yeah, it should have been an interception.
150
but at the same time, the Chiefs did.
They shot themselves in the foot.
They were offside. I mean, their offensive line.
That offside was absolutely.
The defensive line was like a semicircle.
Yeah, so, you saw that, right? It was like this. Like, come on.
So as bad as the referees were, the Chiefs did commit some of those penalties. I mean,
yeah.
Caitlin Allen says that Mahomes couldn't handpick his team. Well, he had a.
Did you see that crazy stat about Mahomes running for 450 yards before he was pressured? Is that not the most insane Super Bowl stat ever? He ran for 450 yards before he was tackled when he was hurried or under pressure. That number is insane. Absolutely crazy.
Mario says, of course, a Ranger fan wants to talk about the referees, but the referees helped us out last night.
Nice.
The referees helped us out last night because that second Ranger goal shouldn't have counted.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now I'm on the fence about the DeBrusque goal. It was probably one of the closest goals I've ever seen, like on the line. You know what I mean?
It's crazy how the puck doesn't bounce back. It bounces
forward. But I sort of thought that when the puck was up in like north to south that it went over. But it wasn't. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And then Lemieux tips it, and then it hits Lazon, and then he bats it in, and I'm like, "Oh my god, we're gonna lose this game because these motherfuckers like shit."
Try not to swear.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I was emotional last night.
So anyway, thanks. They helped us get a point last night, so that was good.
And then Marshawn just with the filthy backhand.
Yes, up to the Rangers. They refused to shoot the puck.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. I'll have the game on at Kirkbride or wherever the hell I am.
What's tomorrow night?
They play again.
Oh,
the Bruins are playing again tomorrow night.
We may have to get together for
that. Yeah, they're playing the 2-game series.
2-2, yeah.
So yeah,
and then the Bruins are off for another week because of the
all
Devils.
these teams can't keep themselves together.
It's the Devils' fault in that division.
Oh no, sure
it's 160% the Devils' fault.
I'm not saying it is. So that's all we've got. We're gonna wrap up the show. Dad says the second goal was off of Rath's shoulders. A good goal. I just thought they touched the Ranger got touched with the high stick, and then it went off a rack.
Well, the puck went off a Lemieux stick, then it hit the back of Lozon, and then it dropped, and then
it hit Rask.
and then what?
Rask
No, it didn't even hit. It didn't touch Rask.
Yeah, it hit Rask.
It hit the back of Lozon's jersey, and then it dropped to whoever batted it in.
Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney. Yeah.
Well, either way, I didn't think they were going to count that goal. And like you said, I thought the Brust goal, I thought was just weird.
He went bar down. I was like, this is a fantastic goal. Bar down, you never see that. I was like, this is great.
And then you look at it, somehow the puck
It's like, oh,
goes across
no.
the line. So I don't know. It's hockey. It's weird.
That was one of the better games of the year, though. It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
But this is not a hockey podcast.
That's okay. It's February. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks, Teddy, for tuning in. Stay tuned throughout the weekend for more content. We'll have some PGA coverage as usual. Hopefully, I'm hoping to have another Saturday night PGA Tour story. Those have been super successful the last couple of weeks. So pray for something crazy to happen, or pray for something to happen.
Hopefully Spieth doesn't crap his pants.
So we'll. My dad says to get your eyes fixed. Oh,
Is he talking to me?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
No, I don't think so. Probably talking.
I
to
don't
me.
think he's talking.
So anyway, thanks to everybody for tuning in today. We're gonna log off and let you all move on with your night. I know here on Coalition Radio, I know Pat Ford has some more shows coming up after us, so we'll give them. So if you're bored, or even if you're not, it's great background noise, and he has some great interviews. Has had some great interviews throughout the whole time for Coalition. So give him a listen. When they come back up live on Coalition Radio. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to our producer Mickey for helping us out tonight and making our little background look cool. And
thanks for making me saying that I look small. Appreciate that.
So anyway, thanks to everybody, and we will talk to you again next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel, and for more great content. And again, hope everyone has a great Thursday, and we will see you later.